I work for an agency called Family and Children's Services of Silicon Valley, and I'm program director for the LGBTQ youth space. And we've been around for just under a decade now. We're a drop-in center, a counseling program, and we offer outreach and education around lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer questioning identities. Relevant to our conversation, I'd say that the LGBTQ youth space has been focusing on gender and gender identities from the start, and now we're sort of recognized for doing so, but we've been working with a number of trans and gender expansive youth for many years now, and more so each day, to be honest. One part, sort of element of our work at the LGBTQ youth space is recognizing intersectionality and the multiple identities that we're needing to validate and incorporate into our work all the time, right? So you don't come to the youth space and now we deal with being trans, or now we talk about your, being genderqueer or non-binary. You come to the youth space and you're validated for your racial, ethnic, cultural identity. You're validated for where you're at as a teenager or as a young adult, or your career path, or every other piece of you, maybe your body and your abilities are also part of your experience with gender, and we can talk about all of those things at the same time, again, not segmenting people and asking them to sort of save part of themselves for when we're ready, kind of thing. We don't tell kids, that there's a million options when they're little. We tell them that there's two options, really, and we don't always tell ourselves over and over, like, actually, weather isn't just hot or cold, right? That's Leslie Feinberg, that's not me. but there's more to it, right? There's this infinity, right? And so when we're recognizing that we exist within an infinity of expressions, of ideas, of ways to be, who's going to come in and say, and in this infinity, I see you. You're there. You matter. You're a real person, and there's other people who can see it, and maybe even could give you some ideas about how you can keep growing in that way. I think that everybody needs that. I think they need to know there's nobody like them, and we get them, right? Like that duality of, like, you're amazing and so unique and important, and we get it for you. Not like, oh yeah, you've got these issues, we've seen that before. Just go this way, take aisle B, So just that recognition as a human being is really critical to our young people, and they don't always get that. I mean, quite honestly, our youth can go to school and be called it, right? They could be devalued as human beings, and they are often. So I think that that's a lot of what we're doing when we go to create community, when we go to just sort of educate basically around these issues, is influence our young people to know that they really do exist in a world that's creating space for them slowly but surely.